So
that's good.
it's quite a lot of information in there, and pictures as well.
There was a book on the history of Muslims in Manitoba. The new premier who had come in the 1970s, his name was Sterling Lyon. He was a conservative, he was brilliant, and he used to call me Harry. And I told him once, but the next time he and I met in the corridor outside his office, he said, "Hi, Harry." So I sort of stopped and looked at him and I said, "Premier, I've told you once, my name is not Harry. I don't look like Harry. I don't want to be Harry. My name is so-and-so." And I was telling this story to a friend, Adrienne Clarkson, the former Governor General of Canada, in Toronto, and she said, "That is the title of your book." Essentially it captures in an irreverent kind of way the idea that Muslims and other minorities don't have to change their name. I came at a time when there were very few immigrants. There was opportunities in journalism. And my reflection is that I was just lucky, happened to be lucky at the right time. The day-to-day contact, I personally never faced racism, either in the newsroom or in Canada, which is a surprising thing for some people. But I really felt it after 9/11.
Today, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts.
And from a journalist who happened to be Muslim, I became a Muslim journalist. All modern wars need propaganda to hold public opinion. And much of the propaganda that flowed resulted in a cultural warfare on Muslims. But then you see, you develop a thick skin as a journalist. You say, okay, this comes with the turf. Don't take it personally, just get on with it. And that's what happened, I just kept going and writing what I wanted to write. Nobody ever told me what not to write. I was one of the first people to oppose the fact that they were putting collective guilt on Muslims. That 19 terrorists were Muslim does not mean all Muslims are terrorists. And why are you doing it? Mine was also one of the lonely voices at that time. By the time 2003 rolled around, much of the Canadian public was opposed to the Iraq war.
On my orders, coalition forces have begun striking selected targets to undermine Saddam Hussein's ability to wage war. America and Canada face new threats to our security. It's the new reality of the 21st century.
I got a phone call, as you sometimes do, from cabinet ministers and so on. It's the Prime Minister's office calling, "Are you available?" So what do you say? "No, I'm not available. I'm having tea." So he said, "Of course." And he called back 5 minutes later and he said, "This is Jean Chrétien. I am going to Washington on Monday, seeing Mr. Bush. What are you hearing about the Iraq war?" I said, "Sir, I'm hearing that overwhelming number of Canadians are opposed to this war." And you know what the old geezer said? He said, "I'm hearing it especially from new Canadians."
Without a new resolution of the Security Council, Canada will not participate.
When your parents give you names like Haroon and Muhammad or Maryam and Khadija and so on and so forth, they hope that every time your name is uttered, there'll be God's blessings on you, It is essential that we as citizens make our voices be known. We have an input in public policy. Sometimes we succeed, sometimes we don't. Public opinion in Iraq was mostly led by new citizens and new Canadians and so on. And that's how Canada sat out that war. Democracy belongs to those who participated. Otherwise, you see the procession of democracy pass you by. And that is the lesson. We are mostly an immigrant nation. And we bring complicated histories to Canada, which is what makes our quilt that much more colorful and that much more interesting. We bring a 1,500-year-old heritage. And we are proud of our faith. We should be proud of our faith. We should be proud of who we are, of our culture, 1,500 years of cultural history, and so on and so forth. And we ought not to apologize for it.